academician and administrator with more than 3 decades in the field of research, academic administration, in institutions of repute across the nation. He has also been a sportsman with varied interests also through culture and the likes. And before we tell you more details about our university vice chancellor and the details of the university, let's agree that in tune or not, we humans sing and hum. In rhythm or not, we clap and sway. In step or not, we dance and bounce. And on that good note, let me now invite onto the floor the sensation Papon, all the way joining us from Mumbai. And despite the airy emptiness, he has been a multi-instrumentalist, composer, producer, singer, and has become one of the most recognizable and sought-after voices in India. Papon, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Decom.
And while rooted in folk, Papon has a wide variety of influences and is considered to be an extremely versatile artist, and that goes without saying. Blessed with a voice that's smooth and soulful, and at the same time, he has managed to carve a niche for himself as a versatile singer-composer. Well, the magic is he can easily switch from folk to ghazals, and from ghazals then on to electronica, the one which he has specialized and gotten a new feel in the country and abroad as well. And it's no surprise that a man like Papon is a name to reckon with in the music scene in our country. I now take the privilege to welcome all the participants who have taken time to be a part of our happiness here on this webinar today with Papon, here amidst the campus that we are all here in and waiting for everyone to join in. I'm sure there are a lot of people joining in as we are carrying on with this conversation. But once again, sir, good afternoon. I hope you can still hear me. And Papon, welcome to this webinar. And the floor is all set for you. We have, let's say, a fixed about 15 minutes for you to, make your presence magical and the thought process that you would like to share with all the participants. And then we will open up for questions from all the participants who've come in, some live and some we will ask house rules would be. That some of you can actually write them to me and I will try and put them as and when possible. And before Papon, before you start off, I will now request our Vice Chancellor, Sir, Professor Dr. S.P. Singh, to welcome all of us here in this webinar. Sir, over to you.
Thank you so much, Decom, and a very, very talented youth icon, star of Northeast, Mr. Angarag Mahanta, popularly known as Papon. So welcome, Papon, in this show, and so I'm very, very delighted, and I wish to extend my heartfelt thank on behalf of each and every participant today and each and every one in Royal Global University for your gracious presence in today's webinar. We all have heard you many, many, many times. Some people live with your music. Some people listen to you many times in a day. I also am a fan of few of your very, very important songs, Ye Moh Moh Ke Dhage, and especially that is very, very close to my heart.
Thank you.
My understanding of music is not that good, but somehow I fortunately from a city of Lucknow, where I think I was always been very, very close to the music. Bhat Khande they used to cross on the way. And there was no show in Lucknow, I would say, when Jagjit Singh or Ghulam Ali Sahab has come, and I have not attended anyways. Kabhi kabhi diwar fan ke bhi gaye, but gaye. I mean, when my
Wow.
young days, so that way, that music lover I am, and I'm very, very fond of. And the topic which we have actually chosen today is very close to us, very close to me, especially because, I mean, at this age also, while you work for 14, 15 hours, and if you don't get some peace for your mind, some de-stressing things, some healthy way to recharge you for the next day, to get a sound sleep, I mean, all academics, what we know, all education we have gained becomes useless, or maybe doesn't have that much of impact in our life if we can't manage our psyche and manage our mood, manage our life. So I think mind is definitely is important component for all of us, which makes us human and bring us back to the world. But then, especially your this particular mood, which we normally say mood, and Urdu, we have different words for that in my city of Lucknow. हम लोग इसको बड़े अलग तरीके से मूड को बात करते हैं, लेकिन अगर मुझे लगता है कि अगर हमारा मूड ठीक नहीं है तो शायद कुछ दिनों बाद दिमाग भी ठीक नहीं रहेगा. अगर लगातार आपका मूड खराब रहता है तो धीरे धीरे दिमाग भी खराब होने लगता है.
Correct.
और म्यूजिक जो है वो हमारे मूड को ठीक करने में और इनडायरेक्टली हमारे दिमाग को ठीक करने में, दुरुस्त रखने में, उसको पॉजिटिव बनाए रखने में, उसको पीस देने में, उसको ट्रंक्वालिटी देने में बहुत योगदान करता है. तो म्यूजिक तो हमारे लिए वैसी साधना के रूप में है जो कि हमको, जैसे योगासन लोग करते हैं, जैसे लोग प्राणायाम करते हैं, वैसे म्यूजिक भी एक वही विधा है. And Papon, especially, I came to know, and I was aware of it, that you belong to such a revered family of Assam, where you have Madam Archana Mahanta and Khagen Mahanta, your parents, and they were very, very renowned people from Northeast India, and they were very, very popular musicians. And I think that is there in your blood, that is there in your genes, but then that is not enough. I little bit know about the struggle time of yours. I discussed something with DCOM, and I'm very, very, enthusiastic on behalf of my student and everybody. We want to know more about you other than music. You are excellent music person, but then we want to know your struggle of life, your way of life, how you take life as it is, what are the stresses, what are the things you have faced in your life. Because अगर एक क्या कहते हैं, किसी एक्सट्रीम पे जाना है, किसी प्रोफेशन में चरम सीमा पे जाना है, तो उसके लिए क्या क्या सैक्रिफाइस करने पड़ते हैं, परिवार से लेकर के, दोस्तों से लेकर के, अपनी पर्सनल लाइफ से लेकर के, पता नहीं क्या क्या सैक्रिफाइस करने पड़ते हैं, और क्या क्या, मैं कष्ट वर्ड तो नहीं यूज करूंगा, लेकिन क्या क्या चीजें सहनी पड़ती हैं जो कि आपको सोने को तपाना पड़ता है, तब जाकर के अंगराज महंतो बनता है. मुझे ये लगता है कि ये इतनी चीजें बहुत जरूरी है. दे आर वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट ऑफ एवरीवन's life. I will just try to say two more things, and one probably, if you allow me, I will. I remember some, one or two good share, and I would like to take this opportunity to express myself.
जरूर.
तो ये है कि बॉलीवुड इस समय कुछ ऐसे दौर से गुजर रहा है, कुछ ऐसी घटना हुई है, हम सब उससे बहुत आहत हैं, दुखी हैं, और उसी पे शेयर तो नहीं कह सकता, बहुत बड़ी बात है, लेकिन एक छोटी सी 2 लाइन कहना चाहूंगा, और हम सबको शायद उससे अपने अंदर झांक के देखना होगा कि हम कितने नजदीक और कितने दूर हैं. और उसका ये है कि शहर मुंबई में आप हो, हम गुवाहाटी में हैं, रहने वाले लखनऊ के हैं, लेकिन एक बात है जो कहना चाहता हूं, जो ये है कि वक्त पड़ने पे कोई भी तो मेरे साथ नहीं, वक्त पड़ने पे कोई भी तो मेरे साथ नहीं, वरना इस शहर में मेरी किससे मुलाकात नहीं. आई नो एवरीबडी बट आई डोंट नो एनीबडी. द वे ऑफ द लाइफ, जिस तरह हम जी रहे हैं और जो हो रहा है, उसमें मैं जरूर चाहूंगा इस पे भी हम लोग को क्या करना चाहिए, हमारे यूथ को क्या करना चाहिए, हमारी नई जनरेशन को, पुरानी जनरेशन को कैसे अपने को जोड़ के रखना चाहिए. मैं जरूर चाहूंगा तुम कुछ इस बारे में पपुन बोलो. और एक और है जो कि मैं चाहता हूं कि तुम्हें, हमें, या किसी भी उस सक्सेसफुल आदमी को जीवन में वो शेर जरूर याद रखना चाहिए जो उसको जो हमेशा एक तरह से जमीन से जोड़ के रखेगा. मेरा मानना, मैं कोशिश करता हूं मैं वैसा ही रहूं. तो उसमें वो शेर है, और इसका जो मैं वर्ड इसमें यूज करूंगा, पीना, उसका उस पीने से कोई लेना देना नहीं है, उस पीने को उस पीने से ना जोड़ा जाए. और वो वक्त, वो इस तरह से है, वो भी वक्त से ही शुरू होता है. वक्त वक्त की बात है, वक्त वक्त की बात है, वो जरा सी पी के बहक गए। वक्त वक्त की बात है, वो जरा सी पी के बहक गए, ये हम ही थे मेरे साकिया के नशे में थे और संभल गए। मतलब हमें कितना भी सक्सेस मिल जाए, हमें उसका नशा, उसका गुरूर नहीं होना चाहिए। ये जिंदगी बहुत छोटी है, बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, बहुत मायने है इसका। हम जितनी खुशियां बांट पाए, जितनी पॉजिटिविटी बिखेर पाए, यही हमारा उद्देश्य होना चाहिए। माई बेस्ट विशेस टू यू for this very, very important webinar for all of us. Many of my friends who are your fan, they have joined from many, many places in the country and around the world. And we are very, very eager to listen from you. Thank you so much, Papon, for coming here.
थैंक यू प्रोफेसर सिंह, बहुत अच्छा आपने बातें जो कही, बहुत अच्छा लगा। और आपकी शायरी भी बहुत अच्छा लगा। इससे मुझे एक्चुअली जगजीत सिंह जी का एक शायरी याद आ गया। उससे आगे मैं बढ़ता हूँ कि ना कोई दोस्त है ना कोई रकीब है, ये शहर कितना अजीब है। तो है ना, तो ये शहर का जो ये सिटी लाइफ, अर्बन लाइफ फॉर किड्स। आप लखनऊ से आपने बोला?
Papon, he is from Lucknow, and that's why his love for Shero Shairis and city of Nawabs reflects also in his attitude.
Yeah, Professor Singh. सुनाई दे रहा है? Can you hear me? His audio is not there.
No, I think it is. Yes. Papon, you carry on. It is there.
हाँ, मुझे सुनाई दे रहा है पपोन।
हाँ, ओके। no, मैं कह रहा था कि मैं जस्ट फॉर यू, हालांकि हूँ असम से, लेकिन मैं शादी मेरे लखनऊ से हुआ है। लखनऊ की आपकी, मैं लखनऊ का दामाद हूँ।
अरे
लखनऊ का दामाद मतलब मेरी धर्मपत्नी की फैमिली लखनऊ से है। सो मैं लखनऊ से काफी वाकिफ हूँ और शेरो शायरी से भी काफी, मतलब बचपन से दिलचस्पी रही है, लगाव रहा है। और इसी वजह से मैंने शायद क्योंकि आसाम में आपको जैसे पता है हिंदी इतना प्रचलित नहीं है, घर में नहीं होता ना, कहीं दुकान में बोलना पड़ता है, जरूरी नहीं होती सिवाय फिल्म देखने के। तो मेरा जो भी आई थिंक उर्दू और हिंदी की तरफ आकर्षित हुआ हूं, तो ये शैली जो है गजल की शैली के वजह से। तो so anyway, thank you so much for bringing me on to this beautiful webinar. And so what, how is this webinar? People are watching from home, kids are also watching, or
everyone's watching from home, Papon, from all over.
So who all are students are there also?
Our motley arrangements, like the university has so many departments, they have joined in. Your fans from various places have joined in. I have been only receiving phone calls and replying to messages about the timings. So the floor is all set for you to speak on the topic. And then as and when we proceed, we will try and take the questions. And because, the university here, the Royal Global University, we have been instrumental in also organizing Consensio, where it's an annual university event. So here culturally, a lot of them are tuned minds. And we were also instrumental in organizing with the blessings of our Vice Chancellor, Karmotsav, last year, November, which is the Eastern Zone took place here. Here in our university, we hosted it. So all these things coming together, it's been a really, despite the airy emptiness, the university has always been a buzz for activities. And the University East Zone Youth Festival last year, November, was under the aegis of Association of Indian Universities. A lot of nice participation. And in the campus, we have a lot of fans for you. And that goes without saying. But yes, we would like to hear your point of view now.
So yeah, Professor Singh had asked me certain things. I'll start with that. So yes, it's been a journey. I didn't kind of realize it's been a journey. That's how a journey is usually, because you are busy in every moment dealing with that moment. So it's, when you look back, it looks like a journey. So I'm still not permanently settled in Bombay, I feel, nothing is permanent, life goes on, you'll move on to something, always. So I keep my horizon open as to what's going to happen to me tomorrow, or what am I going to do tomorrow. Could be a surprise to what I am thinking of or perceiving life as at the moment. So I keep it all open. We have, I was in Delhi for a long while after my schooling. And that's where I started to figure that, music is something I can do and I'm good at. And the struggle was no struggle as such. I don't see anything as a struggle. Actually, I feel, why do you struggle? You don't have to struggle at anything. Actually, if you force yourself and hold yourself to a certain way of life, and you think this is what you want to do, and you're not flexible and relaxed and open, then that's a struggle. But if you let it go and let the universe and nature decide, you just do the right thing at the right moment. That's all you can do. Then it's never a struggle. Then everything is changing, and you just adapt to it.
I agree.
And human beings can adapt very well. It's a mindset. Everything is a conditioning, most of it. So all we need, I think, because I have 2 children also, they're very young. So all I want to give them is, I think, good values. Like, that's all I can teach them. Everything else is later, if for kids you are watching, it's very important, to follow your passion, your dream, all of that is important. Then why study? Sometimes you ask also, you think that then why study? I want to become a pilot. Why do I study? It's basically, mind is like a knife, if you push it, if you sharpen it, it becomes sharpened if you push it more. So if you have a sharp mind, it's not bad, That's why you push yourself to know a lot of things, like physics, for instance. You not understand now, why am I doing physics? I am supposed to become a doctor, or I have to become a singer. But trust me, when later in life, everything in your life is physics, Everything in your life is biology. Everything in your life is mathematics, actually, in a beautiful way. So this will only sharpen your mind, all that you are going through now. And then you follow your passion, your dream, and do what you really want to do from your heart. That's for sure how one should live life. Forget about how the world has been designed or anything. This is how it should have been, and it should be. And also important for you to understand that, are you good at it? That's your quest. That's your answer you have to find. If you want to become something, I'm just telling you the kids this, okay? If I may, if that's what I'm here for. I'm just sharing what I went through. So if I wanted to become a singer and I was not really good at it, and my friends tell me, good, that's it, and I'm like going on, then I'm wasting years of my life following a wrong thing. So, you also have to understand, do you have it? That you have to find out. For that you have to be intelligent and all of that. I became a musician, and that's very late in life. I wanted to become an architect. That's how I went to Delhi to study architecture. I think BCom, and we were all, so everyone's lost in life sometimes. Yeah. And young days we all lost, and it's good to be lost, because
I'm
once
still lost.
Yeah.
Tell me on my window.
Exactly. If you are not lost, then why will you find a way? Try to look for a way. If you have to be lost. You are lost, you're confused. That's when you are actually finding a solution. And that's when everything works, So you have to be lost, and it's good to be lost. Just telling the kids, we were quite lost. I'm still lost as we lost. We are still lost. And that's why we are constantly on the lookout and a quest and a search about where should it be next. So it's good to me, to my universe, and it's exciting for me. And that's all. And that's all you need to do. About moods and music, as you said, sir said that mood is very important, and music, how it plays a role. Well, everything in life is vibrations. Like if you do all these mantras and chants people do, when you grow up, you understand a bit more why they do it. It's not that God is waiting to hear you. It just aligns your thought process, your mind, your internal energy, your all of that. By going to a gym, you build up your body and physics. But by doing yoga and doing all this, you make your internal organs stronger. You build up your internal system and energy system better. So it looks like gyan, but it's true. Everything is a vibration. We talk is a vibration. Sound is a vibration. So a good vibration affects your mood. And if you are mentally stable and in a good state of mind and mental health, then you are able to make the correct decisions, which also impacts your physical health and your and your surroundings and your decision making in your career, in everything else. So you have to have that mind at rest, mind without fear, mind to be able to embrace the unknown, a mind which is really relaxed. That's very important. That's why I think all these mantras, everything is a way to reach to that point where mind gets the equilibrium. And music really helps because it's vibrations, and vibrations in very important, interesting combination of frequencies together. And so that can impact your mind, state of mind. So yeah, basically that's how it helps me also, to stay happy despite what's around, what goes around. I just look at the moment, get the most of the moment that I can do. I do not think about tomorrow so much. If we do, then I will not be able to act on now. And that's what I can do. I can only act on now. And trust me, it really sounds like quotations and quotes, but not quotations, quotes, but this is the truth. You just take it.
Very nice, Papon, that you've taken time out to share your feelings. Like we said, we're really thinking about a topic that would connect you and all of us together on the same platform. So what better but the topic that we have today? And on these lines, there are questions that are already pouring in. I'm sure you can also see it in your chat. And there are some.
I don't know actually. I'm not very familiar with this.
That's okay. I'll help you. Don't worry. That's the only job I do today.
Okay, because I'm doing it on a phone, so it doesn't come here, I guess.
Don't worry. It doesn't come. We will send you. We'll try and see. There are a lot of old friends who are also online. We can get them on live. But the first thing that's come to a lot of people's mind, we're sharing it and asking you the same now, is that could you please share some of the diverse elements which you are so profound yourself, which go into making some of your memorable songs and tunes, the diverse elements. And I'm sure you will tag along that folk element, which you took so many years, you said, because, and this is for everyone to know, I don't think he says it very often, but he is one friend musician, who we saw taking so much time towards research, taking his time. He was never rushing to cut an album. And he was telling us later on, when Junaki Datti came in, that I never rushed into this process. A lot of people we see rushing in today. So he took immense time frame, the energy, the concentration, his morning prayers, meditation, and finally, we were all asking that what's happening to your album? He says, no, I'm taking my time. And that's when he came up with Junaki Datti. That's his first. I remember I was in IIT Guwahati then, and he was coming back from Delhi with the rough cut. And so, there are a lot of stories these days. But could you tell us some of the diverse elements which go into making some of your songs, folk taking the stronghold, for everyone's delight?
Well, I've never thought of it as such, the ingredients of a song. I think the most important thing what I do is, as we understand, there are 12 notes actually, and few certain beat swings and structures around which music is made. All forms of music, like folk, be it jazz, be it classical. So 12 notes is, I keep making combinations of 12 notes to make a song. But a song is a mood. Initially, how did music come? If you see in your kitchen, your mom is cooking and she's humming, that means she has no worries in her head. If you see your house help or someone humming and mopping the floor, that means that person is a beautiful state of mind, which means it's a mood-driven thing, music. So what I did mostly, 80%, 90% of my music, because I say 80% now because I also sing for Bollywood, which runs on deadline. But my music doesn't run on deadline, whatever I've ever done. I have it's a mood thing. It has to happen. We are just the medium, I am just the medium who's been informed and with skills and talent been chosen. So a song happens, and the mood and the atmosphere and the ambience makes me create it, right? I have to feel a certain feeling at that moment to have that feeling, expressed in the form of music. So I let nature do it. It has to have its own time. If you don't feel for it, you cannot make a song. You should not make a song. So that's most important what I've done always. That's why I have only 5 albums so far in life. And I keep telling young people, don't hurry up. You have to absorb a lot more before you start, transmitting. So that's when I feel like there are lots of bands like Pink Floyd, Rush, U2, whatever we've heard in life. We will only remember 4 or 5 albums. We don't remember their entire thing. So I felt like, why do 1,000 songs or 10,000 songs when 20 can make me as popular? Just on a lighter note, So I did the right thing. I enjoyed life, which my father taught me. Cooking, beach shopping, vegetables. I did everything in my life. Paying electricity bills, standing on a queue, to understand the dynamics of life. And finally, which is what I'm going to speak or sing in my songs. I have to have real stories to sing in my song. I cannot be just dealing with notes and beats, day and night, training. Then I become a part of the system. I'll become another Xerox copy of another Ustadji. I don't want to become part of the system. I want to bring in something new, bring in something me to the planet. Because from this year to that year, 70, 80 years I lived hopefully I lived on this planet. I want to be my presence to be felt and my journey to be heard at whatever level, and therefore that I have to have my journey first. I have to live that life first to talk about it. And so yeah, all these emotions, feelings, dynamics, everything makes part of a song. And as you said, folk and all, well, I mean, you can smell it in folk music that it's been there for hundreds of years. It talks about human stories, which has been tried and tested for years. So sometimes this instrument also excites if I technically say, instrument sound excites me, and it tells me, oh, maybe I can think on these lines and make a melody like that. So instrument kind of sometimes, runs the show while you're making a song. It becomes the lead role of a song. I guess that's what the question was.
That's right. Yeah. Another very interesting question, apart from many that have come into the box, I'm picking this one first because it's the initial part of the discussion. The person has not given his identity, but he wants to know if there are mistakes you've made when you were 20 plus. I am alive 127 years. That's a different story. But did you make a couple of mistakes when you were 20? It's what someone wants to know.
Yeah. I have done so many mistakes. I still do mistakes and I still keep learning. And that's true. I have learned it now. I was not born wise. I have become wiser. And I know that if you don't do mistakes, there's no room to learn, So, and by doing mistakes only, you learn, That's when whatever you learn stays with you because you have gone through a mistake to overcome it, Okay. So you cannot learn from borrowed knowledge by reading a book so much through your own mistakes and learnings, I think.
Very true. And there's one more question that's coming. Like I said, I'm doing a pick of questions from the galore that we have. Can you describe your songwriting process is what Rahil Barbarua wants to know. And I found it very interesting because not too many questions on these lines come up. And especially, fora like this with a motley arrangement. How do you describe this process of yours in songwriting?
Repeat the question again. How do I make a song?
How do you describe your songwriting process?
So mostly, as I said, I've kind of answered a bit of that question a little sometime back. So mostly it's a mood thing. I also write lyrics sometimes, but sometimes because it has to come to me. I know words. I can put them together, make a story, but I let it come to me. That's what I do with most of my music. I think that's why, as Dicom said, rightly said, Junakirati took 7 years. Uh, and then came Sinaki, which actually took 9 years because it was being made from before. Then Story So Far, which was released in between, but was 10 years. I take so many years to make an album is because I wait for the song to come to me. I don't chase a song. So that's the most important thing. You have to wait for the feeling to come to you while being consciously in the lookout for melodies, influences, different sounds, So that's one thing. Mostly I write the melody first because I hum it with a guitar or a key. Or when I'm traveling, most of the time, I record it on the phone. Earlier, it used to be a dictaphone. I'm sure Decom still has a dictaphone, doesn't have a smartphone. So I have a smartphone I can record on. And so I keep recording these moments. I come back to my studio and try to recreate that exact moment. It's very difficult to again recreate because that magic happens in that moment and it becomes technical in the studio. So you have to again reach that place. It's very interesting. I'm in a state when I'm making music. Nobody, my kids are 8. Since they were 5, they know not to enter the studio. I've never told them or scolded them, but they know that this guy is not here right now. But like mentally, physically, he's just sitting in the studio, but he's in some other planet now. So they never come in. They were not. So all I'm trying to say is that, yeah, I do not. When I'm making this music process, making the music, I forget the person in me. I forget the planet. I forget food, hunger, everything that happens to musicians. So that is how the process is. I think mostly I write the melody first now, and then I do some gibberish singing on the melody, and whatever that gibberish I sing, I pick up keywords from that, and then write the story or tell someone else that, okay, wait, these are the words which just came spontaneously. I think the story should be around this. So that's how. Then I start putting in instruments and yeah.
We've seen how versatile you are with instruments as well from our young years. Papon, for that matter, any instrument given to him that he picks up, he actually plays it in tune. And on that note, here's taking one more question. This is an interesting one and very pertinent to the topic. From the drum beats of our ancestors to the contemporary music today, music has been an integral part of the human experience. Yes, we all agree. What is your take on the possible therapeutic and mood uplifting benefits of music since centuries?
Well, there is not one form. That's my belief or my understanding. But there's not one form of music or certain form of music which will be healing or mood lifting or all these kind of. Any music which is made with a lot of soul, lot of time, lot of intensity and all of that can become such music. If it is made with lots of love and you have put in a bit of yourself really into the song and you made the song, it can become such a song which can heal stuff. Because small things I remember when first Junakirati, because they come there and you mentioned Junakirati, my first Assamese album. When it first came out, doctors, even now sometimes I hear, from Dibrugarh Medical College, from one Pondicherry Medical College or somewhere once I had remember a call came. I got a call from Spain that those days there was no Facebook and all. Those days there was a thing called MySpace, where there was music, myspace.com. So a Spanish lady wrote that in the morning she plays Junakirati to do her meditation. I'm like, wow. I mean, I didn't make meditation music. So, and doctors in operation theaters, they play Junakirati while they used to operate. It keeps them calm apparently. And then in that India Carbon or somewhere near Nunmati, there is this orchid nursery, right, in Guwahati.
There is.
So apparently they played Junakirati to the orchid nursery so the orchids bloom better. This was back in the day, like 20-15 years back. So I'm saying, music made from the heart with honesty and truth, I think can touch you at various levels and different corners of the heart and the mind.
There's another one from Angshuman Chankakuti. He wants to know what type of music makes your mind calm and you feel peaceful?
That's exactly, it's kind of continuation of the same thing. You will have to find your own calm, your own music, which will come, because it will be different for different people. Whatever soothes you, any track, anything you don't understand a language, doesn't matter. Anything you stumble upon, anything you come across, you should just make a note of them and make a playlist of all of them. Whatever music calms you down, gives you, your calm. I think, there's not like, you can, obviously it's very, you have those music for peace, calm, that meditation, that is there. But I
No.
think you can find all this in anything that suits you, your mind,
Rafiq wants to know, what are the basic mantras of making music a career? Now, I'm sure in the process you've already answered that, dedication per se, but would you like to personally answer that? That what are the basic mantras do you think towards making music as a career?
First thing is, there's no shortcut. You have to give time to it, and don't think of it as a career. First, if you want to career, if you're thinking of a career and making music, then it'll just, you get lost somewhere, you get confused. First, make music honest enough and good enough to convince yourself and your friends or people around you that your music is important to you and them. And when then the career becomes later. Career cannot be planned early with music. You have to first become good. At some point of time, you have to realize that I've mentioned earlier. You have to realize, are you good enough? Are you wasting time because someone else become famous with music and you're trying to do that? You have to figure out you're good enough or not. And then, while going through all training, listen to as much of variety of music you can listen to. You have to pick up an instrument, you have to learn, you have to do a lot. And then if you're good, then it'll become a career.
So from Guwahati, your shift to Delhi, and from Delhi, your shift to Bombay, which has been the hub. That city never sleeps. But especially, I'm not trying to get in that COVID situation at all. But what I'm trying to ask you is, there's also, I'm clubbing a few questions that have come in. How are you managing the patterns of stress that we get to hear when someone shifts to Bombay, especially in the creative field? That is a lot of stress, no one sleeps and the likes. And I'm sure how you manage that will definitely benefit a lot of participants here, especially our participants who are present from more than 27 schools that we cater to, and with a lot of 130 courses. This will definitely be a very comforting note for them when you talk about stress and the way of life going forward.
See, stress can come to you. It's not a thing that you can avoid. Stress will definitely come to you. The problem is only, I think, this is my perception. Problem is only when you hold on to stress, and for how long. If stress comes, you can let go of the stress, then it comes and goes. But if you hold on to stress for longer and longer, then it becomes a problem. But why hold on to stress is then, that's the question. Bombay is not an easy city. Although it's called Maya Nagari, people don't sleep here because there is easily 10 more people to replace you in a jiffy. In any field, trust me, and mostly in entertainment. So being here needs to have discipline, sincerity. You have to be really good because it kind of filters the best in the country. Because it's that competitive. It's cutthroat competition. So it looks very sharp like that. But at the end of the day, it's also your journey. If you think you are okay, if you are comfortable with whatever is coming your way in life, and you're not really pushing that extra mile to get extra out of life and all that kind of stress you build on yourself, and you say, okay, whatever comes my way is good enough, because this city does provide work, and you have to be patient, sincere, hardworking. You cannot just hang out in Bombay and say, hey, I'm really talented and good and I should be here. No, Bombay decides you should be here or not. You cannot decide if you'll be here or not. Your actions, your work decides. So stress wise, I've never really taken stress or held on to stress for longer. Stress does come to me, obviously, Now is also a stress, big stress, what's happening around. I keep saying this, I have to pay. I bought a house, I don't know why, but I did. I had 2 kids, maybe that's why. And I have to pay a huge amount of EMI. I have a car, I have to pay bill for it. All this is there. I only earn from live music, and live music has been dead and going to be not happening for a while because people cannot come together. So do I keep thinking about it now? And how will it help me if I keep thinking about it? That's what I thought, So I just thought, let me just be the Papon I am always. And that's when I perform the best. If I'm the Papon I am, my friends love me, my family loves me, I love myself, I do the best, I make better music. So why not just be this? Jo hoga dekha jayega. What's there is there. I mean, it's there. It's there. It's not here right now. When there comes, then we'll see. But right now, it's, okay. And one more thing I think which helps me is I travel a lot to the mountains, to the forest. That helps me to stay sane while living in a city like Bombay because I travel a lot. I frequent the mountains. I love forest and nature to that extent that I think I love nature more than music. Music is second to me. So that is one thing which saves me, keeps me sane. And that's how I think are my stress busters. I don't know.
That connects us to a lot of our friends, our mutual friends who love nature the most.
Yes,
especially the chirpy birds in the morning. And now we're not in nature, the window. They come in the morning and they do that bit. That really connects. But I must tell you, and if you are thinking on the lines of questions pouring in from so many participants that have participated in today's webinar, it's one of the finest that we've run on the series. Do you know what's coming up next? The bank is full of these questions, and I'm sure you're guessing it right. But I want to ask everyone that if you invite Gordon Ramsay to come and talk about something on food,
maybe.
They're all wanting to know if you do a tune. I can't obviously say that please give him an oven to cook. But yes, Papon, you picked it right.
I would like to, thank you. Okay. I would like a request. I don't know which one to sing. I'm lost.
But everyone's thinking about, I get a lot of requests here coming on the few lines of Junaki Dati. That's your old takes. And also one of your latest ones from Burfi. That's full on my phone box.
Burfi is not latest. Burfi is quite old.
The mid one.
So, Junaki Dati, any of Junaki Dati album song or just Junaki Dati song?
That's what Junaki Dati was, what the request came.
No, that's also the album.
Few lines.
Junaki Dati Kianu Prutitu Rato Sobiati Junaki Tumai Dusuku Ebo Nikhaki Apundwa Tumai Mitahi Mugati Aji Khajunaki Purua Tumar Sobi Kyo Chola Mahuri Manuanu Tumar Junaki Kianu.
Thank you. And I'm sure all the participants who requested this are happy. And of course, these days, they don't go away without that Bollywood feel that you've created and the new sensational voice. But there are also a lot of takes on a ghazal. Now that also has, my mother's involved in this, okay? And she says, a ghazal to tar bahut bhal shune. Okay, I will definitely tell him. I think she's online, but she's technically better advanced than what I am. So there are a lot of takes on ghazals as well, and few of your Bollywood latest hits. Few lines.
Oh, now basically I am on stage and doing a concert now, is it? Like one after another?
That's what they're writing. Then what are your plans for the concert?
Webinar has become a website now.
I told you, Gordon Ramsay and food, Papon without a song. Now we'll get back to our discussions, but the other discussion.
A song I understood, but a song is okay, but a webinar cannot become a website, you know.
So, website, that's the new term we can coin in, you know. And the new academic buzz is webinars. Now, other question that before you want to take up the song, they want to know that with the possibility of the pandemic which is on, how do you foresee live concerts going forward, and when? Well, wow. I know it's a far cry to answer that, but are you missing out on live concerts?
I think nobody has that answer right now. Nobody has that answer right now. We have tried thinking of it digitally, and digitally it's possible, but it's obviously not the same, you know, vibe. And it's even more difficult. Some people are trying with musicians being in multiple locations while playing in sync through internet. That's a little difficult because of a bit of a latency there. There's a lag there. So I'll hear you little after 10 seconds actually. So that's not possible. But as we speak, some people are working on it. I know a friend who's working on a platform which is going to negate or take away this latency, and probably in future musicians from different places can play in sync live together. Anyway, that's all very technical, and this looks, I think this year, I don't think live can happen, you know.
I don't think it's no point dreaming in 2020. We should all save for 21 and beyond.
Yes, maybe.
And
you froze actually. Hello? Your video froze. Can you hear me?
Mo ke dhage. I think that's one of the requests that you get to hear very often.
Yes.
Mo ke dhage.
Yes.
What's coming in here? I understand that.
So what do you?
Not be a yeah.
No. Whatever you want me to, you tell me. I'll follow you.
Oh, actually now the thing is, apart from the songs coming in a couple of lines, we also wanted to know the family.
My daughter she makes my black tea these days. She's made a tea and brought me.
Oh, sweet.
You want to say hi?
I can't help and wait to see them grow.
Come. Say hi to this, my friend here. Come. I'll just decom in the process. I'll show you the person who's given me tea so that, you know, this is the energy.
Hello.
Huh? Looks really
nice. And I have one tip for you. Whenever your father's inside the studio trying to create something new, barge in. Barge inside.
Whenever I'm making music, you should come and open the door and make noise. See? He's a very, very naughty friend of mine, okay?
Oh, wicked.
Okay, you go now. Thank you.
Welcome.
Sorry.
I can't tell you how delighted we all are here to have you in this webinar, and especially for you agreeing to come in such a short span and short notice.
I had to, my friend. Because you invited.
Thank you so much, and I'm really thankful also to our Vice Chancellor, sir, and I'm also thankful to IT department for a person like me without a smartphone.
I feel for them. They must be taking printouts now of your questions. I know that.
Well, if you want to believe me, this is the print that keeps coming in. The other thing is, we are delighted, and we thought to get in a lot of positive vibrations through this webinar, and especially through your connect. So can we have something from your deep within on the lines of positive vibrations, especially in this pandemic time? A kind of a, sharing connect for all the people who are present here today, and also for this version that will get recorded and go up on social platforms. Something on the lines of positive vibration.
I'm just a little bit of clarity, as in
As
what
in
I think. Sorry.
Positive vibrations in the time of airy emptiness.
I mean, how we think you're talking about, as in
Yes.
how should we keep our mind positive?
That's
okay.
Right.
Yeah. So all I'm just sharing what I am doing. As I said little sometime back, that I can only do what I can do best right now. I cannot do anything about what's not in my hands. It's unfortunate what's happened. It's that's why it's called a pandemic. It's we haven't seen something like this on this planet. This was like a future movie I was watching, which is going to happen 30 years from now. The future just suddenly come to us. So, but I also believe in, one thing, that everything finally balances out, Nature and the universe finds a balance. And I don't think it's that year where humanity would be wiped off the planet. It's not there yet. I think it's far away from happening. Not now, not at least 100 years. So this is going to be a hiccup. It's going to be a setback. We might have to retune our life. This is an opportunity to also reassess things, as in, did we, do an extra bit in life and made our life more complicated, or took pressure on us? Should we shed those things, shed some skin, become lighter, do less? I'm just saying, everything, in life, if your father, your parents are, if I'm addressing the kids, I don't know who I'm addressing right now.
No, you're addressing a motley arrangement. Don't worry.
Okay. So yeah, so then if it is like that, so I think we might have to retune our life in terms of whatever, if it is that drastic. I'm saying that whatever you become, me, whoever watching this, whatever we've done in life, we have started from scratch again, right? We started from somewhere and reached here. We have gone up and down many times. If it is that bad, then we will rebuild the whole scene again. Worst come worst, right? I mean, if I'm alive, if I have a husto mogos, if I have a, my mental health is correct and right and stable, I can make correct decisions, which will also impact on my body and my decision making. So if we stay calm, if we patient, if we see this as something, beyond human understanding, which is what's happening suddenly. Nobody can have an answer for this. Not the government, not the any human cannot have an answer to this. So then what do? We just have to be patient, wait for that time. In the meantime, we should stay healthy. We shouldn't lose our calm. We shouldn't start blaming. We shouldn't start become, dirty about anything.
True.
We should just be the best you can be actually at this moment, which is be so positive, be so good that it'll only help you. Trust me, if someone wants to help someone, I'll help that guy who's smiling and happy and showing me good energy, so I'll go and hug him, not someone else. You cannot hug now literally, but you know what I mean. Yeah, I think, we have to be patient. We have to be ready for what's going to come. And if need be, I'll take a step back. I'll go to a smaller house, a smaller car, maybe no car. Doesn't matter. I'm practically, literally speaking, technically, that these things don't give you happiness. Happiness comes to you from what you passionately do, from relationships. Those are what actually gives us happiness. If you have them, you hold on to them, everything else can be rebuilt. It's okay.
COVID, personally, if you ask me, Papon, COVID times, this pandemic,
yeah,
I see more positivities happening in me than the negatives. I don't think about that bit, but positivity.
Same, yeah.
I'm getting time to build up those relationships.
Correct.
I'm spending time with myself.
Correct.
I have spent a month alone trying to think positively without much disturbance. So these are positive signs. And there's one more thing that's come up quickly, is that the world is abuzz with music therapies for the mentally disturbed. Proven a fact, how would you recommend a change in genres for educational institutions? This is Indrakshi who wants to know this bit. I'll repeat that for you. The world is abuzz with music therapies for the mentally disturbed. A lot of music therapies have come up. Now, proven a fact, how would you recommend a change in genres for educational institutions?
Change in genres, you're saying?
That's what she's written. I think she wants to mean that if educational institutions can get in a little, interesting chapter course on these music and music therapy for the mentally disturbed, something on those lines.
No, well, I'm not an expert on that. I just make music. So, but
Today's
still,
generation, with clinical.
but I would say if it is in relation to education and institute and music, if that's the relation we're talking about. I also feel sometimes that there should be there is a in-house PA system and a music system installed. So there should be times at certain areas, some areas and intervals. Yeah, some places there should be music, and music need not be like a tanpura or a singing bowl. It need not be calming and all that. It just should be good music, which makes you feel at ease. You feel at home. You don't feel like you have come to office or school or like something very strict. It just makes you be. And so some music will definitely help. And any music, as I also mentioned some time back, if it is music which is good music, any good music can help you with your state of mind. It can make you at ease, and that only will make you study better, communicate better with friends and teachers, and I think that
true, very true.
Decom, you can refer to the place we have developed called Sudakant Point, where we have a regular music being played in the university every day.
Yes, that's
our
what
chancellor sir has done that.
That we are yet to. We scheduled to open that statue of Bhupen Hazarika, and we called it the Sudakant Point. But due to these reasons, and we have to postpone the date of the inauguration. But yes, there are points in the university and also in the school under the Royal Knowledge Park that in the morning time we do play soothing music, and that's the catch that there is there, soothing music. But any kind of music is good.
No, any kind of music. You can play you can play some country songs. You can play some folk music.
Why not?
Folk music, which talks about stories of human life. So it's all interesting.
And music is a way to bypass our rational side and get in touch with the emotional life we often keep hidden. Now, with COVID, this is the positivity that strikes the balance in me. And also, we're trying to connect musicians with theatre art forms, every actor in a different zone, yet trying to connect to a play. These thoughts would have never come if there was no pandemic like this. But anything else that you would like? I'm sure there are questions still coming in, but I think they are folding hands with bended knees for a ghazal from your end. Jagjit Singh would definitely enlighten everybody. Thank you so much for agreeing.
अब ये तो मतलब प्रोफेसर सिंह सबसे खुश हो रहे हैं लग रहा है.
हम हमेशा खुश रहते हैं. खुश रखिए.
हाँ, आप मुझे लग रहा है ऐसे ही रहिए हमेशा. भगवान आपको ऐसे ही रखे.
आपको भी खुश रखे.
हाँ, थैंक यू सो मच. तो मैं एक्चुअली एक गजल है, ऐसे बोला तो याद आ गया अचानक से. उसका 2 लाइन मुझे याद नहीं है, तो मैं वो देखने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ. कहीं लिखा है कि मैं देखना चाह रहा हूँ. 1 मिनट, मेरे पास है कहीं. 2 लाइन तो मुझे याद है, 2 लाइन याद नहीं है. तो
आप बताइए, शायद मैं
मैं नहीं बताऊंगा. आप रुकिए, सरप्राइज होगा. अच्छा, then I think I'll sing something else then. अभी ये हालात से जो मैंने अभी ज्ञान दिया है दिकॉम जी को, उससे याद आया मुझे, जो ज्ञान बांटा है मैंने. अच्छा, तो इससे गजल भाई जगजीत सिंह होंगे. दुनिया जिसे कहते हैं जादू का जादू का खिलौना है, मिल जाए तो मिट्टी है, मिल जाए तो मिट्टी है, खो जाए तो सोने दुनिया दुनिया। दो लाइन ये सुनाया, दो लाइन कुछ और सुनाएंगे, है ना? ये दिस इज द सिचुएशन कि मिल जाए तो मिट्टी है, खो जाए तो सोना, है ना? तो दिस मटेरियलिस्टिक थिंग्स shouldn't matter you is what I'm trying to say. एक और दो लाइन सुनाता हूँ। आपका कोई फेवरेट गजल है क्या प्रोफेसर सिंह? जगजीत सिंह जी का कुछ?
यस यस, जगजीत सिंह के ही है, तुम इतना जो मुस्कुरा रहे हो।
वाह। आंखों में नमी, हंसी लबों पर, आंखों में नमी, हंसी लबों पर, क्या हाल है, क्या दिखा रहे हो, क्या हो है जिसको छुपा रहे, तुम इतना जो मुस्कुरा रहे हो। रेखाओं का खेल है मुकद्दर, रेखाओं का खेल है मुकद्दर, रेखाओं से मात खा रहे हो, क्या हम जिसको छुपा रहे, तुम इतना जो मुस्कुरा रहे हो।
Oh, lovely.
Thank you.
And Papon,
thank you.
Papon, this is coming in from one of our colleagues called Ayushman Devraj. He wants to know, who is that one go-to artist that you fall back to every time you feel low or emotionally drained? Which is the artist that you would fall back to?
Wow. To be really honest, Jagdish Singh can be close to it, but I don't have an artist like that, and I don't listen to music when I'm emotional because then it makes me really weak in the knee and I can cry. You know, I am very. So when I'm emotional, I would party, I'll dance, I'll do the other side. You know.
You become like a chirpy bird then.
I like happy music then.
Yes. Do you believe the corporate culture of working while playing soft instrumental music actually produces the best results in the corporate world?
Firstly, I don't work in the corporate world to answer that question.
You won't know.
And then to that question, there's something interesting. When I used to study, something intense like mathematics or something intense, then I do not put any music because I get carried away. I'm a musician, so I get into the music so much that I forget the studies. So I would keep it silent when I want to absorb something.
A Papon website is already on the request lines. That very soon, so it will be nice if we can have a Papon website. Now
we can. I just recently did a couple of them. I do it on an unlisted YouTube link because then the quality is much better. Right. These softwares are actually, this is what I've been fighting with. Okay, now another thing I want to let young people know, because how quality is important to me, you know.
Yeah.
Quality over quantity. Always. I would rather sing less songs, but do correct songs. So I had this corporate, Decom, you should also hear this out. There's a corporate show. I don't want to name the institution. It's a big institution. Right. We all know. So I would get X amount of money. This was a week back, and I would just have to sing 40 minutes and good amount of money. And I need money right now because I haven't had any income. So they had this certain app like Zoom, through which how the entire company is connected. They wanted me to do a concert there. I said, listen, I'll give you a YouTube link and listen to the quality of that, and I'm going to sing for you also, like a sample for 5 minutes on your platform, and see the quality difference. Because all these things, like what we are on now, Zoom and all this, they are made for audio video conferencing. This has a lot of compensation in terms of there a lot of compression happens, there a lot of bandwidth, bitrate issues, so that they can accommodate many people in it. So the audio quality is the worst. You can be audible, but music is not about audibility. Music is to hit you, and to hit you, it has to be nice ambient. To the extent I was so bent on, then they went to the America guy. I did again another con call to show the difference, and they said, yes, that is definitely better, but we have protocol. We have to go through our in-house system. I told them, listen, you are calling me a big artist with a lot of money to come to you and play for your, company, and you want the poorest of quality. So that is who's going to lose, I'm not. So to this extent, I want quality. Then finally they said, okay, sir, then sorry, sir, next time. And I said, okay, I can do it on Zoom. I'll get the money. Doesn't matter. But I'm telling you again and again, I want to do it there. I think they got annoyed after a point, thinking this guy is too quality conscious. And I lost the show. I lost the money. So I'm just going to give you a picture of how I am into quality.
But good that you're sticking to quality. And with that, our Chancellor, sir, Dr. A.K. Pansari, sir, wants to know, he remembers actually that when you came for the award ceremony, which the university conferred, he remembers, he told me today morning as well, that I heard very clearly and asked him if I'm right in perceiving it that way. You said that you need 10,000 hours of hard work, of perseverance to get what is actually deserved on the lines of concentration and motivation, and that perseverance of hours and hours of hard work. And only then is the turnover right. So Dr. Pansai told me personally, sir told me that please ask him that if he actually meant that hard work actually is the turnover, that 10,000 hours of perseverance in 10,000 days, that he would like to use it in an article that he is writing, and can he quote you there? So I think if you recall, you'll remember that you did mention about the perseverance.
I don't recall, because my memory is a world famous problem. People know it. So I so live in the moment that I don't remember. अगर परसों आपने मेरे झगड़ा किया था मेरे साथ, मैं भूल जाऊंगा क्योंकि मुझे याद नहीं चल सकता. मैं आपको गले लग लूंगा and you will think ये मुझे आज गला क्यों लग रहा है, परसों तो मैंने झगड़ा किया था. I live in the moment. I'm so bad. My memory is bad. Anyway,
very nice. But I think I remember you mentioning that, and that's actually a fact. And
it is a fact said by the greats of the world. Who am I to even dispute it? But having said that, I'm just thinking, as my memory is also, I don't remember really, and I don't look like I'm a hard-working person. People think that just God has given him and he has reached here. But when I talk to my close friends like you, maybe Pritam, say Shweta, they tell me my journey, then I realize, oh, I have been actually at it for hours and hours, for days and weeks and months and years. And that's why I'm here. I do not realize it because I didn't put all those hours thinking it is work. I did it because I loved doing it. And I kept doing it so much that it became my way of life. And that's why it's an extension of me, what I do now. It's not an effort. So I think whichever way, those 10,000 hours is definitely, true.
And thank you so much. And I'm still not getting over this line that, let's agree that in tune or not, we humans sing and hum. In rhythm or not, we clap and sway. In stepping or not, we dance and bounce. Once again, from the core of our hearts. And we were not saying that, we're not giving you that bye-byes at the moment. But we are still ensuring that, yes, we so loved it that, it's given us such positive vibrations, you being on this webinar and people connecting in. I can see like the questions have been flooding. That's a different ballgame altogether. I'm very sorry, participants, that because of time limits, we are not being able to cater to all the questions that are in my box at the moment. But I really appreciate you all taking out this time to be a part of the Assam Royal Global University Happiness. This is how we deliver positive vibrations, and we thank our Vice Chancellor, sir, for making it possible for us. And I take the time out to thank the colleagues in the university, my technical IT team here, the administration, the public relations team who's worked so hard towards making this such a positive one for all of us here, especially when music is giving you that positive vibration. But before we would hear from sir on the closing remarks, Papon, is it okay for you to tell us something more on these lines, or do you want to, end it with a little tune of sorts that you would like to share on the as a final note, because time's ticking?
I would just thank you so much for bringing me onto this beautiful, webinar, and where everyone's together somehow through whatever digitally. But it's nice what you're doing. So this is important for people to reassure each other that this too shall pass, and be positive, and how we look at life, how we perceive life, how hard work and all that, whatever we discussed. So thank you for making me a part of it. And
once again, thank you very much for.
I'll sing a song for you. You just tell me what should it be.
Momo ke dhage.
Okay. Okay, so this is me saying to Royal Global.
Wow.
This line. तू होगा जरा पागल, तूने मुझको है चुना. तू होगा जरा पागल, तूने मुझको है चुना. कैसे तूने कहा सब सुना. तू होगा जरा पागल, तूने मुझको है चुना. तू दिन सा है मेरा आना, तू दिल जाए शाम की तरह. ये मोह के धागे तेरी उंगलियों से जावे, कोई टोहे ना लागे, किस तरह के आगे सोचे. है रोम रोम एक तरह, है रोम रोम एक तरह, जो बादलों में से गुजरे. ये मोह के धागे तेरी उंगलियों से जावे, कोई टोहे ना किस तरह के आगे सोचे.
Wow.
Thank you, Papon. Thank you so much, and a lot of love to your family, to your friends in Bombay. Please stay safe, stay healthy, keep your meditations up. And on that note, thank you, sir, for joining us for the entire set today. Thank you, colleagues, for being a part of our happiness. And while the pandemic is impacting everyone differently, the crisis is a shared experience where we can find some common ground. This has paved the way to deeper relationships, like we said in the beginning, and rebonding, which there never seems to be enough time for during the bustle of daily life. And in your career, your relationships and your lifeline, they open the door to hidden opportunities, I'm sure, share critical insider information of the market, and often referrals in front of people that you love and care. So hang on there. And with these new habits during the pandemic, after life returns to normal, see everyone back in square one. Thank you so much, everyone, for participating. and please stay safe. And thank you, Papon. We all love you from this part of the world. Thanks.
Thank you, Dicom.
And good afternoon.
Thank you, Professor.
थैंक यू पपॉन,
Dicom.
थैंक यू। अब आप तो हमारे अब लखनऊ के दामाद हो गए हैं भाई, हमें ख्याल रखना पड़ेगा।
बिल्कुल।
थैंक यू सो मच, थैंक यू।
हजरतगंज या अमीनाबाद या कैंप में मिलेंगे।
नहीं, मैं आप आएंगे जब गुवाहाटी तो मैं आपको गलावटी कबाब खिलाऊंगा बना के।
अच्छा, क्या बात है। ठीक है, थैंक यू सो मच।
And every time people are emotionally down, we will queue into Papon. Stay happy.
Yes.
and stay hopeful. Bye-bye.
Yeah, thank you so much. Take care. Bye. Thanks. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.